AJ Styles, the face that runs the place, the phenomenal one, the lone wolf. What a career this dude's had. This is the life and times of AJ Styles. Born in Jacksonville, North Carolina. Camp Lejeune.
Jacksonville, North Carolina.
North Carolina. Come on. Tell me how great you are.
Who knew there was a Jacksonville?
It's right outside Wilmington.
North Carolina.
I perform comedy in Jacksonville all the time.
Nice.
Yeah. You just got to hope Marine doesn't punch you in the face when you say something he don't want you to say.
So there's 2 waterfront Jacksonvilles.
Yes. This one's more Fayetteville meets waterfront, but yeah. Amateur high school wrestler, 2-time state champion.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. So one of these guys who had it in his blood so that when it happened for him, all of his friends were probably like, well, yeah, duh. He's been kicking ass since high school.
Right. Got a wrestling scholarship to Anderson University in South Carolina. He was going to be a PE teacher.
He looks like in an alternate unit. Yeah, he looks like when he retires, he might become a PE teacher.
For sure. Till some friends got him into a wrestling school. His friend was like, I'm going to do wrestling school. You want to do wrestling school? And he's like, if you do wrestling school, then I'll do wrestling school. Fell in love with it immediately, as they do, as all the great ones do. You always read about it. Fell in love with it. I think the only one that didn't love it immediately was Ric Flair. He almost quit quite a few times.
Same
He
with
talks
Randy
about
Orton.
it. He's like, oh yeah, Randy.
Yeah.
Very true. Trained by Rick Michaels, he debuted in 1998 in National Championship Wrestling. He was under a mask called Mr. Olympia. But by 1999, only a year later, he was television champ.
There we go. Mr. Olympia.
Mr. Olympia. NCW merged with the NWA territory to create NWA Wildside in December 1999, right out of your area, right in North Georgia.
What a wild time to be in pro wrestling. And just being bounced around from, shitty show to shitty show, basically.
You just show up for work and they're like, we're actually not this anymore.
Yeah. Unreal.
Hey, here's your last check, kid. We're closing up.
Yeah.
He was NWA Georgia Heavyweight Champion. He won that December 22nd, 2001. 3 years later, my man's NWA Heavyweight Champion for
Huge.
Georgia.
Huge.
He beat his trainer, Rick Michaels, to win the belt.
Nice.
Look at that. Look at that. Putting over the student.
That's got to be a good moment for those two.
Right. And it's not going to be their last moment together. So he's going to come back up here. He had a great program with this wrestler named Air Paris during their NWA Georgia Wildside days. So much so, WCW offered them both a contract. They killed the feud so much, hey, bring them both up here. And instead of showcasing this awesome feud that got them the job in the first place, they put them together. So now in WCW, they are called Air Raid, and he is now matching his partner, Air Paris, and going by Air Styles. So this is the first use of Styles in his ring name. Air Styles. In 2001, AJ had his first WWE tryout against Rick Michaels, his trainer. He wrestled 2 more matches, for him, dark matches. He was offered a WWE contract in 2002. Did not take it.
Why?
Because they wanted to take him to developmental in Ohio. His wife had just got accepted to a great university in Georgia. Didn't want to uproot his whole family. So he said, no, thank you. I'm going to keep working the indies. Turned it down so his wife could be a teacher. Gotta love it, man. From 2001, 2002, he really hit the indies hard. He's like, man, I almost had my dream. Let's put my head down and keep going. They like what I'm doing. Let's keep proving them that day in and day out. So he had classics on the indies with wrestlers like Christopher Daniels, Low Key, Psychosis, Juventud, Guerrero, Juve, Kid Cash, Jerry Lynn, Colt Cabana. These were the early 2000s indie guys having just matches after matches with these guys. He signed a non-exclusive contract with TNA in 2002 when TNA really didn't know what they were going to do. They were using NWA's championships. They were having weekly pay-per-views That's with their shows. They said, forget a TV deal. We'll do it ourselves.
And we're going to charge you weekly.
And I think it was only like $9 weekly to watch this show. So a lot of people tuned in.
But
a lot of people went live to go check it out.
Man, that was like $30 though back then.
Very true. That's a full tank of gas.
Yeah.
Come on, man. At the same time, he also debuted for Ring of Honor. Immediately thrown in the main event scene of Ring of Honor. First holder of the #1 Contenders Trophy, which was like their Intercontinental title at the time. He had a tag title run with Amazing Red. Had Jimmy Rave as his protege, and then feuded with him over the Styles Clash. His protege stole the Styles Clash, and AJ was like, no.
Not today.
Yeah. But back to TNA. So that was kind of the extent of his run at Ring of Honor to begin with. Like, he really focused on TNA after that. And because the following week that he signed his contract with TNA, he appeared on their very first weekly pay-per-view, teaming with Jerry Lynn and Low Key against the Flying Elvises. There was 3 guys that dressed as Elvis, and they were the Flying Elvises.
And they'd fly.
Jimmy Wang was one of them. It was, yeah. But the following week, he won the inaugural X Division Championship. So the very first X Division champion in TNA, AJ Styles.
What was the X Division
It was
championship?
their Cruiserweight Championship. Yeah. But TNA has always done a great job of keeping the X Division and the main event scene intertwined. They even have a clause, I think it's like option C, they call it, where you can cash in your X Division Championship for a shot at the Heavyweight Championship.
Love that.
And on the third TNA NWA pay-per-view, him and Jerry Lynn won the Tag Team Championships. So he's double champ right from the get-go. So no wonder he did a little thing with Ring of Honor and then was like, yeah, I'm going to see how this plays out.
Yeah.
He's like, they're pushing me to the moon and back. 2002 comes around, familiar name, Vince Russo.
Yeah.
So AJ Styles is kind of around his sex organization, Sports Entertainment Extreme. So when we put Extreme with an X on everything.
Yep.
Became a face when he refused their help winning the championship. So good guy AJ Styles, face of TNA. This is 2003 already.
Yeah.
You know, my man's only been wrestling 5 years.
Incredible.
He's killing it.
It's an incredible first 5 years.
Right. He's already the X Division champion. He's already the tag team champion. Well, then he became the NWA heavyweight champion by defeating Jeff Jarrett and Raven June 11th, 2003. 5 years in, my man is a TNA Triple Crown champion. With Russo's assistance, so he's a heel now. But after a long feud with Jeff Jarrett, face again. So they're bouncing him around they're bouncing him around more than the Big Show in 2010s.
Yeah.
He won his second world title in 2004. Had great feuds with Ron Killings, Raven, Wildcat, Chris Harris. Ron Killings would actually take the belt off of him. Back to the X Division after the couple title runs. June of 24, he became 3-time X Division champion. He would have feuds with Kid Cash, a wrestler named Dallas, who we know as Lance Archer, in the X Division.
Yeah.
Lance Archer. Petey Williams. He would become a 4-time champion, beating Chris Sabin. This reign, he had his first match with Christopher Daniels, who many consider his greatest feud of all time. He feuded the entire first part of 2005 with Christopher Daniels, ultimately losing the X title to him. But then in May of 2005, he won his 3rd World Heavyweight Championship, defeating Jeff Jarrett.
Huge.
And then he lost it to Raven in June. So back to the X Division and Christopher Daniels. They're like, we kind of like that feud. Go back there. During this run in the X Division, we'd see his first intertwinings with Samoa Joe, losing the X Division title to him December 2005. And then Daniels and Styles would form a tag team. He's like, you're my biggest enemy. Let's see if we can do this together. They won the NWA tag titles in 2006. Feuds with America Most Wanted, LAX. And then you're never going to believe this. Back to the X Division. While keeping an eye on the heavyweight title. They did a great job of never letting AJ leave the main event for too long. He'd do these side quests, but he'd come right back. He had feuds with Rhino. He had an alliance with Christian Cage when Christian Cage was a face I didn't think this dude was ever a good guy after he left Edge. He formed a tag team with Tomko. They won the tag titles.
Tyson Tomko?
Yeah. Tomko and AJ Styles.
My goodness.
Right. They had a feud with Angle. Evil Angle. This is when Perk Angle.
Yeah.
Evil Angle. He turned on Cage to actually join the Angle Alliance at the start of 08. So we're getting a little vindictive AJ Styles here. I like it. Then they had a creepy, weird angle where he was like crushing on Karen Angle. And they would get caught in weird situations. So him and Tomko would lose the tag titles. And then that would turn Styles face again because he'd help Christian overcome Angle during all of this. He feuded with Angle that summer. That would lead to the whole main event Mafia storyline. This evil Angle would go on to start the main event Mafia with Sting, Booker T, Kevin Nash, Scott Steiner. AJ would join the TNA front line with Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, Eric Young, Jay Lethal. So it was really old heads versus new guys. In 2009, while this was going, they had a Styles was injured Angle, and he came back and came back attacking Booker T. Well, at the time, Booker T was the Legends champion, which the main event Mafia instituted. AJ Styles beat him for that belt, becoming the first TNA Grand Slam champion. 4th title run in TNA. This would go on to become the television title as we know it, the TNA television title. So their secondary title. Joe would turn on everybody, join the Mafia, start wearing the suits. You know, that was a big shock. Like, that was our main guy. Samoa Joe's main event Mafia. So that would cause AJ to go on a tough streak. Sting had to actually talk him out of retiring after all that. Like, he did this whole, like, well, you know, why am I fighting this fight? And he'd go on a losing streak. And Sting, that would lead to another TNA title run. But then in 2010, he'd turn heel again by being Flair's protege. Flair dubbing him the new Nature Boy. He'd come to the ring in the robes. Really different character change for AJ Styles.
New Nature Boy.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go back and watch this.
Yeah, man. 2010 TNA. Ric Flair took him under his ring. This would lead to Flair revamping the Four Horsemen. But they couldn't use the Four Horsemen name, so they called it Fortune. You know, Fortune, you know, so they still could do it. So Flair also would start messing with Frankie Kazarian because he was trying to make AJ jealous. He's like, well, AJ lost a couple matches, so he's like, well, Frankie's my guy now. And AJ would be like, what? But Fortune ended up being Styles, Frankie Kazarian, Robert Roode, and James Storm. They screwed over Desmond Wolfe doing this. Desmond was with the group at the same time. Nigel McGuinness is Desmond Wolfe, and he got kind of pushed out of all of this. Kazarian would slowly push Wolfe out. Yeah, this whole thing. They did this weird where they started Fortune. They thought that they were going to be the biggest adversary to Hogan's new group, the Immortals. They're like, obviously Flair's got his guys, Hogan's got his guys, tales old as time. They met in the ring, and instead of fighting, they hugged it out. So the two biggest heel factions in TNA actually joined forces to kind of dominate TNA for a little bit.
Love that.
And the Immortals,
double heel turn.
The Immortals were Bischoff, Jeff Jarrett, Abyss, and Jeff Hardy, randomly. And Hogan, of course.
Jeff Hardy's an immortal.
Yeah. I will give you that.
At least from those DUI pictures.
Yeah. They would also feud with Extreme version 2.0, which was just a bunch of old ECW wrestlers. Rhino, a couple guys like that. So they would eventually turn on the Immortals. They would turn face in the process. And these were just the crazy Hogan, Bischoff, Flair, TNA years, man. Like, they would push a storyline and then back off, and then push it and then back off. Fortune would end after drawing it out way too long when Kazarian and Daniels would form a tag team and kind of turn on AJ Styles. And then they had this weird... He had a relationship with Dixie Carter in 2012, but it turns out he was really helping this addicted pregnant lady who then claimed he was her baby daddy. It was a mess, dude. Terrible storyline. And that would lead to the Lone Wolf AJ Styles character. All black attire, messy hair, beard, new finisher. He came back with the calf crusher. That's when he started using the calf crusher. This was during the Aces and Eights storyline. So, like, they didn't know if he was coming back. He wore a leather jacket, so they didn't know if he was coming back to help Aces and Eights or if he was TNA's savior. Turns out he's like, I'm not helping anybody. I'm just here to win the TNA Heavyweight Championship. So he won the championship, refused a new contract from Dixie Carter because he's like, you put me through hell, lady. Get out of here. So he left with the title. That's why some people kind of picked at WWE when CM Punk left with the title because they're like, TNA did that, bro.
Yep. Tale as old as time.
Right. So they did a new tournament to crown a new champion. Magnus won. Our fearless SmackDown general manager, Nick Aldis. So he's the new champion, handpicked by Dixie Carter. Styles returns with his title. Magnus won the unification match. Turns out this was AJ's last match in TNA. Contract negotiations were not going well. They wanted him to take 60% of his current salary to re-sign.
Yikes. Why? He's a legend.
This is when TNA was trying not to go under. So they're like, look, man.
And he's like,
Well, you can agree to all the money you want, but we can't pay you.
and he's like, look, man.
I'm the hottest I've ever been. People really loved the Lone Wolf character. When he came back during that TNA versus Aces and Eights, people ate that up. But they also, unfortunately, is also tale as old as time in the internet area. People knew contract negotiations were not going well. So they also had that added stipulation, like, is he really going to leave?
Right.
We couldn't even believe he came back for the unification match. When he left with the title, a lot of people are like, crap, we're never going to see him again. So 2014, this is 2014. This is when he goes on the tour of the Indies. He has great Ring of Honor matches with Roderick Strong, Jay Lethal. He wins the Revolution Pro title in England from Marty Scurll when Marty was at the top of his game before he got in trouble. CZW matches with Drew Gulak, Brian Myers, Roderick Strong again. He won the FWE championship from John Hennigan. This is when he went to New Japan, joined the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
Debuted attacking Okada. Became the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, the 6th American to do it. The 6th Gaijin to win.
Huge.
And the first since 2005, Lesnar. He had a run with the Bullet Club. Since he was only there, he was still doing the indies, so he'd only go to New Japan for big matches. So that's when Machine Gun was technically the leader of the Bullet Club because he couldn't be there every week. But he ended up getting attacked. He signed to WWE in 2016, so they kicked him out of the Bullet Club. He got attacked by Kenny Omega, the new leader of the Bullet Club. So it was a great storyline. Like, I remember when they attacked Finn to kick him out because he went to WWE. Just the history of the book. We'll have to dive into the Bullet Club one day because that's all over the place.
Yeah.
Debuted in the 2016 Royal Rumble. Huge pop. Loved it. Eliminated a couple of wrestlers. Was eliminated by KO. He would then go on his first feud with Chris Jericho in WWE. What a great welcome to WWE. Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
They would feud, but then they would form Y2AJ. They would do a tag. They'd do the whole, we're enemies, but we're better tag team. They fought the New Day for the titles unsuccessfully until Jericho turned on him. This is, I think, during you just made the list. Great Jericho. Go back and watch KO Jericho years.
Oh, so great. Goldberg.
I think doing this research, I'm going to have to go back and watch AJ's debut.
Yeah.
I might be doing that tonight.
At the Rumble?
Or just like the Raws afterwards.
Yeah.
Because I think I've watched the Rumble recently.
Yeah.
I've been going through some Rumbles, man. I love Royal Rumble. Jericho defeated Styles at WrestleMania 32. Following
Jericho defeated Styles at WrestleMania 32.
So Styles lost his first WrestleMania match.
Okay.
That's a bummer. But it's to Jericho. That following Raw, the Raw after WrestleMania is always huge. AJ redeems himself by becoming the number one contender to Roman's heavyweight championship. So he lost to Jericho, but now he's the number one contender. This is also when Gallows and Anderson show up and try to get him reunited with the club. They're like, come on, man, we're boys. And AJ's like, I'm here to do something. And it refuses them at first. He's unsuccessful at winning the title. But then Cena returned. And AJ welcomed Cena back. He was the wrestler to be like, welcome back, John Cena. But we were fooled. This was the beat up John Cena. So he did reunite with the club, and they attacked John Cena. Had a great feud with that, man. But they only ignited him with the club to literally beat up John Cena, because then they were immediately drafted differently. This leads us to Backlash 2016, where AJ Styles wins his first WWE Championship, defeating Dean Ambrose. This is when the James Ellsworth was around, this whole weird storyline.
So weird.
He would keep the title until Royal Rumble 2017. He'd lose it to Cena.
Great match. It's a great match.
Yeah.
And that's a great Royal Rumble.
That is a great Royal Rumble. It gave me hope.
I mean, is that the one with Goldberg and Undertaker and Cena and the big? I think that's the one with the big final. The big final moment.
I'll have to go back and watch that one. This would lead to a Shane McMahon feud. Yeah, he was actually the bad guy in the feud. AJ Styles was.
They put on a banger of a match at WrestleMania.
He turned him face, turned AJ face, and shaking Shane's hand after all that. This would go into a U.S. title bid against KO. He won it at a house show, but then lost it at a Battleground PLE. So that sucked. Corbin actually pinned Ty Dillinger in a triple threat, ending his first U.S. title run.
Lame.
Just that triple threat. That was a U.S. title triple threat. AJ Styles versus Ty Dillinger versus Baron Corbin.
Lame.
He took Mahal's title. Jinder Mahal had the title. AJ Styles was the guy that took the belt. I thought my brain had it Randy, but it was fun to.
I know that they feuded.
It was AJ. Yeah. Nakamura won the Royal Rumble, so that would lead to WrestleMania 34.
I was at that WrestleMania,
and they just beat that feud to death.
Yeah.
That would then lead to his Samoa Joe feud, where it got personal.
Pretty solid.
One of my favorite AJ Styles in WWE feuds.
Yes.
Like he brought his wife into this. He was outside his home.
Yeah.
It gave us KO Sami Zayn vibes.
Yes, absolutely.
And to bring that personal level to AJ Styles in WWE, I loved it.
And they put on some good matches.
Always, dude. Put those two in a ring blindfolded, and they're going to give you a great match. He became during this run. He did become the 8th man in WWE history to hold the title for over a year. I forgot he held the WWE.
Yeah, when he was the face that ran the place, right?
Year.
Yeah,
he lost.
That's when I got back into it because he was the champ, and I was like, oh yeah. I mean,
it was great, man.
Yeah.
He lost the title to a heel Daniel Bryan.
Yep.
371 days as champion.
It's huge.
That's awesome, dude. You gotta love that. This takes us into 2019. He feuded with Randy Orton. He actually defeated Randy at WrestleMania 35. The OC wanted a reunion. AJ was like, I'm not about that life anymore. Slow heel turn for Styles. After a feud with Rollins for the world title was unsuccessful, he ended up reuniting with the OC again, defeating Ricochet for his 3rd U.S. title reign. That's what we got in 2019. Ricochet for AJ Styles for the U.S. title. We've been main eventing Lucha Underground songs. 2020, what a great year in history. Feuded with The Undertaker. Actually, I love that he's going down as Undertaker's last match.
Yeah, it's a great match.
After that WrestleMania match, the theatrical match. It's the last theatrical match they put on, right? When was the Wyatt Cena match?
Same one. Same
WrestleMania. So they hadn't really dove into that since then. After that, Gallows and Anderson are cut. AJ kind of wanders around for a little bit. Ended up defeating Daniel Bryan for the Intercontinental title. So became the Grand Slam champ in WWE. He held it for 70 days and lost it to Jeff Hardy.
What was going on?
That would lead to his new bodyguard, Omos. Well, they won the Raw. No, this is when he became Grand Slam champ. Won the Raw tag titles, defeating the New Day at WrestleMania 37, thus becoming a Grand Slam.
That was so lame. I did not like that feud. I didn't like that partnership.
What was worse is they lost the titles to RK Bro.
Bad match. I mean, yeah, just at WrestleMania.
That's your tag team division?
At WrestleMania.
On Raw?
At WrestleMania. Horrible.
Oof.
Tough.
He had a WrestleMania 38 feud with Edge. He was actually Judgment Day's first victim.
Yeah, pretty solid match.
Yeah. Finn turned on him because Finn was like, helping him fight Judgment Day, but then he joined Judgment Day and kicked Edge out, and then kept trying to get AJ to join Judgment Day, and he's like, nah, bro. Remember, we even got we thought we were gonna get AJ and Finn to sweeten it on WWE TV, but lo and behold, OC returned. They had his back, so we had an OC Judgment Day, couple matches that didn't really lead to anything, 2023, he lost to Seth Rollins in the inaugural World Heavyweight Championship. I forgot that's who Seth beat for the title.
Yeah, they've been using AJ Styles to put in championship matches, and him losing for a while. They did it with Cody.
I didn't understand until I really saw this.
They they did it in the Roman Reigns Fatal 4-Way at the Royal Rumble a few years ago.
Yeah, he's lost a bunch of Elimination Chamber matches.
He's really just been used to put people over, so I'm hoping that he can go out with his head held high a little bit.
This would lead to feuds with Karrion Kross, the Bloodline, LA Knight. He actually lost to LA Knight at WrestleMania 40. One of my only faults with the WrestleMania 40. I wanted AJ to win that. I'm a big LA Knight guy now, but I wanted AJ to win it at that time.
Yeah.
He challenged Cody Rhodes at Backlash France. That's when he had that fake retirement. That was dope. God, they should have gave him the title, man. They should have you should have pulled the trigger on that title run. And then the lowest of lows, WrestleMania 41, lost to Logan Paul. So,
yikes.
And then here we are now. What's he really doing? He's got his match with Cena. And
he's announced that he's going to retire soon. So he'll probably, it's perfect timing. Next year will be his retirement sprint, and he deserves one.
Yeah.
He deserves one. So, maybe we get some legends back.
I'd love to see him and Nakamura one more time, but Nakamura's not anything.
No.
They got he was lurking. You saw him lurking last week. Mm-hmm. But for what?
Right. I mean, has AJ Styles won a Royal Rumble?
He is not.
That'd be a big win, too.
Huge. All right, let's get his stats. You ready for his stats?
Hear him.
3-time NWA Heavyweight Champion, 2-time TNA Heavyweight Champion, 6-time X Division Champion, 4-time NWA Tag Team Champion, 2-time TNA Tag Team Champion, 2-time TNA TV Champion, which was also like the Legends and the Grand Slam, all kinds of different names. First Triple Crown Champion, first Grand Slam Champion for TNA. And then on the WWE side, he's 2-time WWE Champion, 1-time IC Champion, 3-time US Champion, 1-time Raw Tag Team Champion, and the 15th WWE Grand Slam Champion in history. He was the Wrestling Observer's Wrestler of the Year in 2015 and 2016. So, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
God, he's so good.
Yeah, man, I love
He's so good. He's the best.
He's going to be one of those guys. You know how you bring it up all the time on our Everyone Loves Wrestling series? Like, I think that is going to be a lot of people's answer when you're like, what feud or what wrestler or what match would you show people to get them into wrestling? Some might argue after doing this deep dive and watching some matches that Christopher Daniels, AJ Styles, and TNA. AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, and TNA.
Yeah, AJ Styles really brought a whole different energy to the sport at the time that he did it. He was kind of like Brock Lesnar before there was Brock Lesnar. Like he was kind of like Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
I'm an OG. I'm a legit wrestler / fighter that's also here in your, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was a certain legitimacy that he had
They
as
put
like
him on that pedestal from day one, and it carried through. So I definitely understand what you're saying. He had that
and he was part of like this new generation that has definitely carried into the sport today. Look at the way Seth Rollins dresses right now. Kind of like AJ Styles. And the way he presents himself, right? Where it's like, I am me. I'm a very athletic, like, so there's this, he kind of is the prototype for the modern, like Chris Jericho came first. And I think Chris Jericho is still doing it. And Chris Jericho has kind of maintained this sort of level of like, but then yeah, AJ Styles came along and kind of did the same thing. That's like timeless. Put him in any era, and he's like, it's pretty incredible what he represents, even still to this day. I mean, he represents like the new Mortal Kombat kind of world that we're in.
I think you said it great, man. He took like the blueprint Jericho laid out and improved it. Mm-hmm. So I agree with you, man. I love that he was a small guy in TNA, and that hasn't been brought up at all in WWE.
Yeah. I mean, look at Roman Reigns and like the Roman Reigns symbol, and think about like what AJ Styles does off the top rope when he does the, what is it, when he jumps off the
phenomenal forearm.
When he does the phenomenal forearm, like he's the OG, the OG like athlete wrestler.
Yes.
And Chris Jericho kind of was that, but even Chris Jericho was more of a wrestler.
Yeah. He was the Dean Malenko ground guy.
But again, like Kurt Angle also had that, but Kurt Angle went full gimmick.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I'm the Olympic gold medalist, and I'm going to lean into the silly. AJ Styles, at least from what we've seen of the character AJ Styles, has always just been like, nah, I'm just a badass passing through your sport.
Killing it along the way
and becoming an OG and again, creating that blueprint.
He's a definition of pro wrestler.
Yeah. He's last of a dying breed. One of the guys that came up in a time where it wasn't easy not every wrestler had their own wrestling school.
Right.
Nowadays, every WWE superstar has a wrestling school that you can go to and attempt to become a pro wrestler. Yeah. Like AJ Styles is one of those guys one of the last guys that did it before Tough Enough and before all these schools. And back when it was like, no, you got to find a way to do this. It's not widely accepted like it is now, where you can just go train for 3 years and then become a superstar in 5. I mean, he did it without that. It's pretty great.
It's awesome. It's so funny to me now. Like, it might be we could dive into this deep, but it's almost like comedy and wrestling switched. Like, it's easier to get into wrestling now and harder to get into comedy. Mm-hmm. Back in the day, comedy, you had the blueprint. You work the road, you get on late night, you're set. Now wrestling, you get in the school, you get buzzed, you get caught up. I'm not saying it's easy at all. I do not want people to think I'm saying being a professional wrestler is easy in the least bit. I'm just saying there's more of a formulaic path to it to get there now, and not so much in comedy. They've done the complete, when there used to be a formulaic path in comedy and not so much in wrestling.
Because I feel like if you are good and you stand out at these schools, it can lead to...
Because like you said, they're all former WWE stars, so they got the ability at any point to be like, hey, watch this person.
I mean, I feel like at this point, if you have this foundational skills of pro wrestling, you will get your opportunity to be seen by WWE.
At some point. Tryout. They got tryouts left and right.
And again, they have
Can you imagine? Everywhere. I wish Netflix actually had tryouts.
That'd be amazing.
And not tryouts. Well, any parting thoughts on AJ?
Oh, man, I'm just excited for whatever the last maybe year of his career looks like. I hope they do it well. I'm going to go back and watch a lot of great AJ Styles stuff.
Same, bro.
But no, the Styles clash will forever be, that's his legacy on the sport. Honestly.
It won Best Finisher a couple years, too. It's broken 2 people's necks, but that was their fault.
Dang.
Well, because you're taught as a wrestler to tuck.
Yeah.
And you're not supposed to tuck your neck on the Styles Clash. And so wrestlers that tuck their neck, they have broken their necks. So. But still considered one of the greatest.
Still one of the greatest.
I mean, Ray killed a guy with the 619, or broke a guy's neck with the 619. So.
Yeah. What are your takeaways on AJ?
Like, I agree with you, man. I want to see what this end game is going to be for him. I just hope he goes out with dignity, respect.
Yeah.
I don't really know how they do that. But going back and seeing how awesome his entrance to WWE was, and then just to see that tailor off, sucks. But it is what it is. It happens to all the greats.
Yeah.
So, love watching AJ Styles in the ring. gonna go watch some of his matches. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. This was the life and times of AJ Styles.